right, we're back with this beautiful bastard and his follow-up as to where he's been nowadays. God, this picture is huge. You can't even see his adorable face. Aliases, Special Guy 29 and Shane. Relatives, elderly father. Affiliation, occupation, unemployed, and a waste of space. Pretty true. Let's see, gender, male, no shit. Height, 5'10". Weight, 205. 5'10" and 205. I mean, oddly enough, we saw him naked, so he's not too bulky. But at the same time, he's not like in fantastic shape. I mean, he's got some tiny moobs and a little bit of a gut, a little bit. But I'm just thinking, like, I'm about 5'11", 6 foot, somewhere in that range. And when I was 205 pounds, I was like cut as fuck. So this guy's doing something wrong. He needs to hit the gym a little bit or something and tighten that right up. Make that 205 a good 205, not a gross 205. Anyhow, eyes brown, hair brown. I just came to get something to eat. Kennelly's response, being confronted. John Michael. Michael? I didn't know what his middle name was ever. So JMK. Was a potential predator confronted? Potential? Not really. Basically was. I mean, he showed up twice within 24 hours. That is a predator, not potential. I mean, I guess I get it because he really didn't meet up with a kid. But still. Anyhow, in the suburban Washington, D.C. edition of To Catch a Predator. So that's where he was from, D.C. Kennelly's like I said in the first Kennelly video I made, he's super famous for my, what do I want to call this? My timeline? And I've made the jokes with bro all the time because of him. But I never knew where he was from. So he's from D.C. or D.C. area. I mean, Virginia's right there, right next to D.C. So he could be from, like, lower Virginia or something. Or, actually, am I saying this backwards? That would be, is it upper Virginia? Lower Virginia? Oh, man, I'm drawing a blank on the map right now. Well, anyway, like Michael Siebert, Kennelly was caught by the show twice. Yes, the only difference with Siebert was at least he was... there was a gap. It wasn't the very next day. However, unlike Siebert, Kennelly was caught twice in the yeah. Siebert is like a whole other season. It's like he was first caught in what? Maybe season 2 or something, and then in season 3 or 4 is when he got caught again. I don't know entirely off the top of my head, but it wasn't back to back, and there was, like I said, enough of a gap. Still kind of fucked up though. That means when they caught him the first time, he was still on the prowl. if years later or whatever, even if it was just 1 year later, he still was managed to get busted again. It's like, damn, bro. I'm pretty sure the cops were around for Siebert's first bust. Like, they should have held on to him a little bit longer. Cool, you want to get some stupid movies? Halfway to Halloween. What are we? April? May, June, July, August, and October. Oh, yeah. 6 months away. Huh. Anyhow, this biography stuff is basically a synopsis of what happened. So let's just kind of power through this and just see if there's anything funny in here. Del Jack in the 12-pack. John brought to booze up a 14-year-old girl. Yeah. She did super casually jack that. I never realized. I thought she kind of just did her usual when she rushes in, grabs, and goes. But she's like just casually sliding it. And it's not like it's in slow-mo, because look at John. He's normal speed. That's how Del really did it. Anyhow, Kennelly using the screen name Special Guy 29. You are special, motherfucker. Engages in sex talk with a boy he believed to be 14 years old. Hey, Brandon. He becomes his boyfriend saying, you're so fucking hot. I'd like to read this one, because this one is, I don't want to call it funny, but, when you make him, like I said before, like a character in the show, it's kind of funny. Like, he's always talking about, make sweet coin and all this. Like, no, bro. I mean, no, dumbass. This person you're talking to is a kid. He ain't making any sweet coin. Or actually, no, it's not Kennelly saying it. It's the decoy saying it. Makes it sweet coin to Kennelly. And then Kennelly's always just saying bro and that. You're so fucking hot, bro. John lies about his age and occupation, saying he was 29. He was a 29-year-old 11th grade prep school teacher. Yeah, okay, this dumbass really looks like he could handle that. And actually, at the time of the confrontation, he was 43. 40. Jeez, so you just cut off, 14 years? You don't look 29. You can't pass that off. Maybe like 38 you could go down to, not 29. In order to show intent, the decoy solicited Kennelly to strip down to his underwear and walk in. When Kennelly replied he didn't wear them, the decoy said, "Then come in naked." John is a fast mover, taking approximately 1 hour from contact to declaring a boyfriend relationship to making the decision to drive himself to the sting house and present himself naked. Hold on a minute. I know John's chat log isn't too long. Base Shaman read it back in the day, and it's only like 10 minutes. So in the process of I know 10 minutes isn't very long when you're reading. You know what I mean? It's kind of like when you go running and you do like a 7-minute mile. Yeah, it takes you it takes you 7 minutes to run a mile, but a car can do it in, 1 minute, literally. Or less. But, so reading is going to be a little bit longer. But, hold on, what am I trying to say here? The time frame might be a little stretched out when you're just reading, because you're just reading, you know what I mean? Am I drunk? I might be drunk. I don't know what I'm talking about. I do know what I'm talking about, but I can't put it in words, or I'm just an idiot. Regardless, what I'm trying to say is I didn't realize that it was only an hour of him meeting Brandon, calling him his boyfriend, and then showing up naked all within an hour? God damn. You know what? Just think about it from the perverted justice / Chris's side. It's like it went from, I don't know, say if Frag was the one chatting him up. It goes from Frag, we got a potential predator here, Special Guy 29. Starts talking about, he's already calling me my boyfriend. I'm gonna tell him to come over and get naked and come on in. Boom, comes in naked. It's an hour. Now Chris has this chat log from what they literally just hot off the presses were talking about. That's insane. No wonder, though. It kind of makes sense. No wonder he shows up 24 hours later, because that's just how he is. He's fucking ridiculous. Damn, the 1 hour. That's all it took to call Brandon his boyfriend and show up naked? What the hell, John? What is wrong with you? Anyhow, John showed up to the sting house with a 12-pack beer and proceeded to do just that. He then awkwardly sat on a stool. Oh, yeah, and he had time to get a 12-pack. Damn! So either he had that in his fridge at home and figured he'd just bring it for the kid, or he made a stop at the package store, too. All within an hour? It's ridiculous. Anyhow, he then awkwardly sat on a stool and waited for his potential boyfriend to come downstairs. When Chris Hansen finally walked in, he was speechless. After giving him a towel to cover himself up, Chris ripped into the pretended predator about his chat and the lengths he went through to have sex with an underage boy. After revealing he was caught in a Dateline investigation, John went back to the laundry room, redressed, and drove off. This also revealed that he did, in fact, wear underwear. Okay, that's true. He does have his underwear on, so that means he was kind of lying, which, who cares? But he didn't get redressed in the laundry room, because remember, in that first clip, he's outside holding all his clothes. He just has his underwear and socks on. And then somewhere in that process, though, he does get dressed, because then as he's walking back to his vehicle, he's dressed. But doesn't he, first make it out the door, and he's still only in his underwear? Anyhow, second one. I just came to get something to eat. When you just come to get something to eat. Yep. See? And somebody's busting you. Not 24 hours after this bizarre encounter before Kennelly was at it again online, going under the name Shane. He solicited another 13-year-old boy to meet him at McDonald's that he would pick up and have sex with. I don't really know what the point of changing your name is, though. There's some kind of sting operation going on. Who the fuck cares if you're calling yourself Special Guy 29 or Shane? Chances are very high that you're gonna get busted, and it's still you. What, you think they're only looking for Special Guy 29? Shane, we'll ignore that one, that's fine. We just want to find Special Guy 29. I don't understand what the logic was for using a different name, that's somehow gonna help his situation out. And clearly he has some kind of inkling of an understanding that it's not right, because that's why he's using a fake name, to try to, cover his tracks or something. Idiot. Anyways, he solicited another 13-year-old boy to meet him at McDonald's that he would pick up and have sex with. When he arrived at the McDonald's, Chris immediately confronted him, even more aggressively than the day before, which makes sense. It's only fair. Chris is like, what the fuck, asshole? You just showed up. I didn't even know this before. Within an hour. So first, Chris was probably dumbfounded the day before that this bitch showed up within an hour of meeting the decoy and shows up naked. And then he's back at the same shit again the very next day. Chris must have been like, what the fuck is up with this piece of shit? Are you serious right now? Anyway, he chronicled his folly the day before and his activities leading to the day's confrontation, as well as suggesting he had met many boys on the internet during running into Dateline. Oh, I would not doubt that. Probably tons of them. I mean, who knows if he met him? He could have talked to tons of them, but still, the way he moves with Brandon, I mean, he's calling all of them his boyfriend and all this bullshit. But anyhow, Kennelly tried to say death in his family is the reason for his behavior, which Chris was having none of. I mean, that is pretty weak. I made fun of it too. Like, oh, my mom or whatever died. So you turn into this raging pedophile that has to go fuck every kid you can meet online? Okay, bro, great excuse, dumbass. He also said he was seeing a psychiatrist and had 2 appointments the next day, which was impossible for obvious reasons. Okay. Apparently I'm an idiot because, why is that obviously impossible? I mean, I guess it's only because it's ridiculous. Like, why would you have 2 appointments with your psychiatrist in the same day? Is that what it is? Or is there just something else that I'm too... I don't know. I don't go to the doctor in general very much, never mind psychiatrists, so... There could be something I'm missing. I don't know. Anyhow, after walking away with his shoes untied, yep, looking like a little boy, sort of. Like the mentality, at least, to have your shoes untied. Getting into his truck and leaving. I'm pretty sure that's not even his truck. Wasn't that his dad's truck? I mean, Kennelly's a fucking loser. He doesn't have a job. He doesn't have a boyfriend or a wife or a husband or a girlfriend or anything. He lives at home with his dad still, who isn't his dad, like, kind of ill and elderly, and he has to drive his dad's truck because he's a fucking idiot who put no effort into his life other than to try to fuck kids. Anyways, getting into his truck and leaving, Kennelly would be investigated and subsequently arrested. However, he only received a suspended 2-year sentence with a 3-year probationary period. 2-year sentence with a 3-year probationary period. I don't really understand what sentences mean because, well, that's another thing. I don't get in trouble. I don't have to worry about probation and all that and parole, misdemeanors, felonies. I get the difference in those. I'm just saying, though, like, I don't really know what this means. So it said, dang it, where'd it go? I lost it now. Obvious reasons, Yeah, a 2-year sentence with a 3-year probationary period. So does that mean he had a 5-year sentence total, or does it mean 2-year sentence and the 3-year probationary? So, like, if he served 2 years in jail, he gets out and he has 1-year probationary. I don't know. Anyhow, after the encounter with Kennelly, TCAP finally brought in law enforcement for the next day. Is that what really helped them get law enforcement involved? Kennelly? Wow. Kennelly was that fucked up that they're like, you know what? Maybe we should actually have cops and bust these fuckers instead of just interviewing them. Kennelly's the reason they have cops now. God damn, there's a lot I'm learning about this asshole now. I'm making videos on him. Not only is he the extra sexy doofus that 1, showed up twice, 2, showed up naked, 1 of 2 for each of those. 3, was an absolute goddamn loser, but apparently 4, he caused law enforcement to be involved. Wow. Kennelly's the reason they have cops. I don't know why that's funny, it just is. Anyway, post-predator activities. This is the part that I really care about. The other one was just a recap. I just wanted to go through it because this fandom site sometimes is funny in how they say things, so I wanted to see if they had anything goofy. So anyways, 2 years later, John would once again run afoul with the law concerning behavior of a sexual nature when he exposed himself to 2 15-year-old girls on a bike path and ran away. 1, what the fuck? Who does that? That's so weird. I'm just gonna rip my dick out and then run away? What? That's so weird. Like, what did he do? What were they doing? Were they just... It says a bike path, so how does this even work? They were riding their bikes and he wasn't? He just pulled his dick out and then just booked it? So, what? They were riding towards him and he had time to pull it out, and then as soon as they, passed him, he just started running? Or what? Just a weird situation. But 1, why would you do that? I don't care how old these girls are, 15 or 55. Why would you ever do that? It's so weird. I've never had an urge in my life to be like, ooh, I got an idea. I should just drop my pants for absolutely no reason. And this moron's like, hey, look, 2 15-year-olds want to see my dick. No one wants to see your nasty dick. The fuck? No one wants to see your face. You think we want to see your dick? Ugh. But anyhow, the second thing that's a bit weird here is 2 15-year-old girls. I thought Kennelly was gay. I mean, both the ones he went after in his sting were boys, Brandon and I forget the second one's name, but so what's up with this now? Is he just go after kids in general? Hey, look, it's 2 girls that look young. Show 'em my dick. A fucking idiot, though. Who does that? It's so weird. Anyhow, this put him in violation of his parole. Parole? I thought it said probation. Now he's got parole? Parole is the more intense one, right? Parole's for felonies. Probation's for misdemeanor. I mean, I guess parole actually would be better. Fuck this asshole. It should be a felony what he's doing. Yeah, and that's the other thing. Why would he do that? You're on parole and you're going to go and violate it? And it's so retarded. It's not even like you're violating it for something good. I mean, not that... Well, let me explain this. Like, think about Spider-Man 3, the Sam Raimi one. And Sandman, before he's Sandman, goes and visits his daughter. Isn't he kind of in violation of something? His parole or restraining order or something? But that was for a good reason. He was going to say hi to his daughter. Where this dickhead's like, I'm going to violate my parole just because I have some weird urge to pull my dick out in front of these kids. Like, what? You're risking going back to jail just for what? Like, you got nothing out of it. What the hell? It is unknown whether he received jail time or was put on an extended probation. The latter seems likely, as he exhibits behavior of someone with diminished capacity, kind of like the president, especially since he still counts on his father, kind of like the president, with, you know, his speaker and his former president that he served under and all that, who was in his 80s, kind of like the president. God, are we talking about Joe Biden here? Or are we talking about John Kennelly? JK or JB? To get things done for him. Trivia. Once had a job at a sandwich shop. Post Dateline was fired when his identity was discovered. Come on, how do you not know who John Kennelly is? Hey guys, my name is Shane. No, it's not. It's John. Get the fuck out of here. As of December 2020, John is still unemployed according to the Virginia Sex Offender Registry. Well, fuck you, John. That's what you get. But I was just thinking about it. Not only are you fucked up for what you've been trying to do with all these kids, you know, the 2 Dateline ones plus those 2 15-year-old girls, but it's like, man, you're such a loser because you don't have a job. But then at the same time, how do you get a job when you're on something like this? And you're like a ragingly repeat offender, you know what I mean? It's not like a one-off thing like, oh, damn it, poor judgment on my part. No, it's like, I do this every single day. He is rumored to have been beating his meat while sitting naked on the stool waiting for the decoy. I don't think that was the case. I didn't see anything going on. He's just sitting there praying or something. He's sitting there naked looking down. I don't know what the hell he was doing. I've never been able to figure it out. It's kind of like a hamburger. They edit his mouth. Like he's talking to the decoy. She walks away and then he blurs his mouth. And it's like, what the hell would he have been doing that's like inappropriate? I don't get it. But anyhow, this would later be proven false on the 2021 podcast Predators I've Caught. Is that something Chris Hansen does? I've got to look into that. It reveals that Kennelly was actually counting to 100 as per the decoy's command. He was counting to 100? Like, how? In his head? Kind of out loud, like under his breath? If I had to guess, I'd say maybe out loud under his breath. That's why he didn't hear when Chris walked in. Because Chris was kind of loud. You know, he's got his shoes on. They were noisy. He's got his jacket was making noise. Like, he wasn't quiet. You could hear him. And John somehow didn't even notice. Oh, it's so silent in here. Where's Brandon? Where you know, it's like Chris is behind him like this. How do you not hear that? So maybe he was counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't remember that from the chat log either. Telling him to count to 100. I don't remember that. And I used to listen to Bass Shamans like a lot because it was funny. I liked his voices, and it's a quick one. It's 10 minutes, and Kennelly's just an idiot. He's accidentally funny, which, you know, isn't something I want to say about a fucking sick piece of shit like this, but still, It kind of accidentally is. I mean, it makes it a little better because he's not really talking to a kid. Like, if that was real chat log, him talking to an actual kid, it'd be like, holy shit, this is fucked up. But when you know that he's really probably just talking to Frag, that's what makes it funny. You got this very much overweight, borderline middle-aged guy saying all this dumb shit as Brandon to this fucking idiot. And then it just makes it funny. Anyhow, is well known and popular in the Rocky Horror Picture Show community in his town. I've never seen that movie because there's just something about the cover main actor character guy that I think is gross, and I just can't do it. Just, I don't know, something about it is just like, ugh. So I've never seen the movie, but I know it was popular back in the day, but I don't really even know what it's about. So I feel like Rocky Horror Picture Show. Why is this like a tongue twister? It's like trying to say baggy baby buggy bumpers. You're trying to say that fast. It's too hard. Me and my daughter were doing it just earlier, and it's a struggle. You start screwing up. You're saying baggy, like, what did I just say? Baggy baby buggy bumpers. Did I just do it? Oh my word, I've been practicing this all day and I think I just did it. Maybe. So much for that. I was trying to show myself failing and I think I just did it. Anyway, so I don't know what that means, but I feel like it means something. Some kind of a joke there. Regardless, carrying on, the community has proclaimed Kennelly under their protection and rallied to his defense in the face of any negativity thrown his way. What in the hell? So, does he just live in a pedo town or something? Who the hell is rallying to protect him? What? Yeah, I know. I said if you look at TCAP as a show and the pedos are characters on the show, Kennelly's one of my favorite. But in real life, fuck this guy. Don't be protecting him. Are you serious right now? Like, he is just a sicko piece of shit loser. Where the hell does he live? It said Virginia sex offender registry, so he lives somewhere in Virginia. What the fuck is going on? They've proclaimed him under their protection. Why? Why the fuck are the people trying to protect this asshole when he doesn't give two shits about kids' safety? What in the hell? What the fuck is this community? Fuck that neighborhood. What the hell? I don't even know what to say. That's just ridiculous. Wow. Anyhow, Chris usually tells the predators to take the stuff they brought with them when they leave, but during Kennelly's first confrontation with him, Del Harvey sneaks in and steals a 12-pack of beer he brought. Yes, we saw that higher up. She kind of weirdly, slowly, does casually snag it off the table. Actually, it says Chris usually tells the predators to take their stuff, but there's been a lot of stings where he says, don't take it, just go, right? And they end up having to leave their crap behind. I don't know, maybe it's just circumstantial. Anyway, he was the first predator to show up naked at the sting house, the second being Marvin Lecken. Yeah, Perverted Justice was slightly having fun with that. I heard about this when they had, because I'm pretty sure John and Marvin are from the same sting. Like, they go to the same house and everything. So they were kind of having fun with it, but I think it got to a point where, because it's a TV show, they're like, well, what the? They're like, well, why are these guys actually doing it? And then, obviously, there's all the editing you have to do, so then I think they just kind of stopped because of the show. So, possibly, if they weren't doing a show, they may have tried to have more guys show up naked, which all these idiots would be like, hey, I took my clothes off for you. The McDonald's he just gave something to eat at is apparently out of business. Wow, that's something. When the hell does a McDonald's go out of business? Well, then again, McDonald's is a major ripoff nowadays. McDonald's has gone severely downhill. I worked at McDonald's for 8 years, all throughout, like, did I start there late high school? No, I started there early college. And I worked there all throughout my main college days. And then I worked there after I graduated and started in my field. I worked there as a second job. And I worked there up until, what, 2018, I think? 2017? Somewhere in there. I started in, what, 2008? Yeah, so maybe it was 2017. That sounds like 9 years, but it was a little bit on and off. So, like, I was about 5 years straight. Then I quit for a little bit. Then I came back. Then I quit. Then I came back. And then I quit. And that was it. Like, McDonald's sucks as a job. It's not something I ever want to do ever again. I see it as the only way I'd ever work there is if things got severely bad for me and I was in a very desperate situation and needed a job. Which, unfortunately, in 2018, actually, no, 2019, early 2019, kind of happened. I almost was about to apply, and then something better came along, and I was like, God, I can't believe that I almost got to the desperate part, that I actually had to try to go back to McDonald's. But anyways, all I want to say is McDonald's sucks nowadays. Their prices are insane. And, like, the price to what you get ratio is just not worth it. I think they sell double cheeseburgers for $3 now. A double cheeseburger at McDonald's is a very wussy sandwich. You know what I mean? It's not like a double cheeseburger from Red Robin. That thing's beefy. It's pretty big. It's going to be filling. And if you paid, it's probably $7 there. But you feel like it's worth it. It's big and filling, and you leave satisfied. You can easily pack down 4 doubles from McDonald's. No problem. And $12? No, thank you. So, yeah, and, like, their menu is so shot nowadays, too. They basically have 3 sandwiches that they just dress up in multiple ways. Look at their quarter pounder. They have the regular quarter pounder, double quarter pounder. Then they get their stupid, quarter pounder with lettuce and tomato, quarter pounder with bacon, like, they modify the quarter pounder and make it into, like, 17 different sandwiches. But at the end of the day, it's the same damn thing, just made different ways. They used to have those good premium wraps. They don't have those anymore. They had snack wraps. Those were pretty good. They don't have those anymore. Speaking of snack wraps, you needed to have the chicken strips. They don't have those anymore. They don't have salads at all. Side salads or anything. Like, their menu is so stripped and shit nowadays. Bluntly, it's just shit. And its prices are astronomical. Like, I know things are going up, but in comparison, Wendy's and Burger King are not that insane. Wendy's still has good prices. Burger King not only has good prices still, but they also have, you know, the 2 for $5, the 2 for $10 meals. They have, they had I think a 4 for $4 meal deal thing. They have something with, like, a double Whopper Jr. Yeah, I think that's their 4 for $4 now. A double Whopper Jr. meal. They have deals. McDonald's has jack shit. Oh, they recently came out with a 2 for $5, I think, with a couple chicken sandwiches and the fish on it. Wow. After 4 years of having absolutely nothing. So, McDonald's just sucks. Fuck McDonald's. They've gone downhill severely. No menu anymore. Terrible prices. And, I mean, at the end of the day, too, I would say it's probably easily the most unhealthy fast food out of all the 3 giants. You know, McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's. Out of those 3, McDonald's is by far the worst. I mean, me personally, I never go there anymore. I mean, fundamentally, I am trying to really limit fast food as it is. But, like, if I'm gonna go to fast food, it is not McDonald's. Like, it's just not worth it. So, with that long-ass dialogue out of the way, I can't understand them going out of business because, well, who the fuck wants to go after you ruin your establishment, essentially? I mean, McDonald's just flushed themselves down the drain, so maybe that's why they went out of business. People stopped going, like, what the fuck's this? What happened to your menu? What happened to your prices? Fuck you. Kind of like me. That's what I said. It just seems weird because at one point McDonald's was king. So to hear that one goes out of business is like, what the hell? But, you know, makes sense. You fucked yourself, so. Anyhow, notable quotes. I don't wear underwear. Are you straight, bi, or gay? You are so fucking hot, bro. I'm sorry. Your son I am'd me. Can you get those cameras out of here? Sir, I just came to get something to eat. Perverted Justice, Connection Newspapers, and Fairfax Underground. What is Fairfax Underground? Huh. Anyway, yeah. I want this to be the thumbnail, so maybe if I just leave it here, it'll automatically show it when I upload. So anyways, yeah, that's the sort of update on Kennelly. It said a few years later, I don't really have years, and I don't fully know what's going on with him, but it's a mild update. I mean, his sting was, 12, 14 years ago? So there's a lot of shit that could have happened in that time. His dad could be dead now. Well, then he said 2020 was when it was last updated. So if his dad was dead, we'd probably know. Does his dad know that his son's pretty fucked up and doing all this weird, shitty stuff? I wonder. Or is he kind of just, like, old and senile-ish? Not senile, but what's the word I'm looking for? Just old and, like, oblivious? You know, not realizing what his son's doing. Oh, John, he is such a sweet boy. He sticks around and helps me out. You know, I need the help. I am getting older and frail. Dad, I'm just trying to fuck a kid over here. Shut the fuck up. Anyways, that's all I got. Kennelly's done. I don't know who's going to be next. I'm thinking I'm going to go back to one of the Hanson versus Predators because those videos are nice and crisp. These ones from the older days are, you know, kind of blurry and shitty quality. So what I'm thinking is, I wanted to do Jesse Velez just to stick with the J's. You know, John Kennelly and John Dupay and then Jesse Velez. But I think I'm going to do Poppy. What the hell is his name? Not Bartolo Colon. Joshua Colon. Bartolo's that pitcher, but the Cologne always makes me think of him. But yeah, I think I'm going to do Joshua Cologne. He's fucked up too. He's a weird situation. He's like Sokol. Like, Sokol is such a piece of shit because he doesn't want to admit to what he's done, and he just acts like it's, well, I don't see what's wrong with me trying to meet up with a 12-year-old to jam my dick in her ass. Like, what the fuck? What's the problem here? Where Cologne is open about it. Yes, I've been trying to meet up with kids to fuck them. But, like, he's just, I don't know. It's just weird how open he is. Like, I don't want to say he treats it like it's no big deal, but it's like, what? Bro, you do realize what you're saying right now, right? Like, he's a fucked up guy. So I think that's why we got to do him next. So yeah, until then, I said see ya.